My name is Tyson McGuffin. Welcome to the McGuffin Show. We're on episode 45 here. Got a special guest. This guy's a complete stud. He's a complete savage. High school wrestling state champ, judo champ, All-American, D3 wrestler, 9-2 MMA record, and 3-2 in the UFC. Puna, what is good, my man?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you for having me. It's good to be here.
Oh, man. If you don't mind showing my viewers, where are you at right now, bro?
Yes, sir. I'm at the UFC Performance Institute. Give you guys a little tour. This is just some outdoor patio setting.
Place looks insane.
Conditioning. Just did a strength and conditioning in there. That's where we have it. And we got a little calf over here. So it's a cool little setup we got here. It's like a retreat for fighters, honestly.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how many fighters live in Vegas and use the perks of having that facility there?
Man, they've opened in 2017, and since they've opened, more and more fighters every year are moving in just for this.
Yeah, for sure, of course.
There's free strength conditioning, free physical therapy, free food.
Take advantage.
Free training. So, like, you really are missing out if you're not here.
Yeah, for sure, bro. And just so the viewers know, Puna here got his first performance of the night. And if you didn't catch his last fight, he had a post-celebration dance. And he may have dry humped the cage. And I guarantee that got him performance of the night.
Oh, for sure. Honestly, I think it was the crowd. Once the crowd
went crazy.
I was possessed. And I had to hump something. So the cage got it.
Take it, cage. Take it or leave it. Too good, bro. Hey, if you don't mind, tell my viewers, man, what's your story, bro? Where you from? How'd you get started? All that.
Yeah, so I'm from Hawaii. I grew up kind of just playing just about every sport: football, basketball, baseball, everything but wrestling. Kind of funny. And then high school came along. I didn't make the basketball team, and that's what got me into wrestling.
That's too funny.
And then that's what got me into judo. I fell in love with it. Became a state champ. Went to Iowa. Became an All-American there. And I came home and was just living life, working 3 jobs, not having fun with anything. And a buddy introduced me to MMA. And I started going just to the wrestling practices once a week. And eventually I would start to go every day. And from there I took a fight. And from then on, I just fell more and more in love with it every day. And since I started, it was about maybe 5 years. And I got to maybe less than 5 years, and I was in the UFC. So that was kind of a fast track in.
Yep.
But I'm in love with it. I'm having so much fun every day, learning more and more.
Yeah, for sure. So how many different organizations did you have to go through, or I guess fight through, in order to get to the UFC?
I think so. A lot of people have different routes.
Right.
They call it the regional scenes.
Yep.
Some people stay in one regional circuit. Some people bounce around. I just trusted my management at the time, and I would go from every other regional scene, I guess. Anyone that I could find a fight with a good opponent.
Looking for a fight, baby.
I was actually on Dana White looking for a fight. Kind of funny. I was on that in Tennessee, and I had the best fight. I had a knockout win in the first round, and it didn't even air on the show.
What?
That kind of sucked.
Come on. That's too funny, bro. So tell me, man, what's like the main attraction to fighting? Just being a savage, like the flex on it, or I mean, what's the love behind it?
I would be lying if I didn't say that last 5 minutes of a fight, like when you win, that 5-minute celebration, like
yeah, right,
is a big part of it. It's a crazy feeling. There's no feeling like it.
Crowd's going nutty.
But, honestly, just the competition. I've been competing my whole life.
Yep.
Sports that I haven't even been paid for. So like now that I'm in a sport that I love still and I'm getting paid for it, it's an insane feeling.
Yeah, for sure.
So I guess overall the competition.
Yeah. Same here, bro. I mean, I actually, I don't know if you know this about me, but I actually grew up as a wrestler. I was the youngest of 7. My oldest brother wrestled at Boise State. Yeah. My dad was a wrestling coach for 30, 40 years. So I always grew up, competing and being in the wrestling room and all that. Ended up playing some college tennis and then found pickleball about 7 years ago. Been on the pro tour for the last 7 years and been ranked as high as #1 in the world in singles and doubles. I'm currently #1 in the world in singles. Come on, baby. But anyhow, man, yeah. I mean, obviously I have 4 kids and I'm married, and that's a big support system, and you know, most of my drive is through that. But that inner competitor, that inner fire, that like inner go button keeps me going, man, for sure.
Yeah, no doubt. That's pretty crazy. One of my close buddies is from Boise State area. His name is Johnny Nunez. I think he wrestled there.
Johnny Nunez. Okay. You know Kirk White. Kirk White won the.
I do. He actually came and him and Johnny are close, and he came and taught some things to us.
Got it. Dude, crazy story. Kirk White wrestled with my brother at Boise State. I think my brother Jay was like a senior. Kirk was a sophomore. Kirk was a savage in college. Anyhow, Kirk now plays pickleball. Kirk's a 5'0" pickleball player. I kid you not. Wow. Yeah. Wears 2 knee pads, cauliflower ears, so stiff, walking around, strutting around his little like 5'5" self.
I bet he's a menace out there.
That guy's a complete menace, dude. Yeah, and like, to talk about a freaking competitor, he plays, like, I've seen him, you know, at various tournaments and stuff. He probably plays like 20 tournaments a year. He loves it. Yeah, but
just the way he was teaching technique to us, I was like,
guy's intense. Man, like, guy's intense.
Yeah.
You know what's funny, man, is that wrestling and racket sports don't go hand in hand, but I know a handful of wrestlers that are now playing pickleball. It's kind of funny.
I'm glad you said that, because that makes me feel a lot better. Like, I was so bad. I'm still pretty bad, but like, that racket's a new, like, anything holding that type of stuff is so new to me.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm finally like slowly breaking into it.
Okay. And did I see that your coach also plays pickleball? Is that who got you into it, or no?
He coaches me in a workout, but one of my buddies actually got me in Maki Pitolo. He's a fighter as well.
Okay.
He kind of just, I think he saw it like through a church function or something.
Fun, cool.
But he randomly came to the gym and was like, I got a new sport we're going to play. And
awesome, man.
We all got hooked.
No, man, it's a great hobby, and it's a sport that's spreading worldwide. And don't know if you know this, but it's the fastest growing sport in North America. And yeah, it's awesome, man. It's really, it's changed my life in the last 7 years. I met my wife on the pickleball court about 5 years ago, and I told myself I would never shit where I sleep. And it just so happened where I fell in love with my little honey. But
yeah, let's go.
Yeah, bro. Are you married? Kids?
No, I'm not married, but I have a girlfriend. We've been dating for about 6 years. We got 3 dogs, 2 huskies, and a black lab pit bull. So we got our hands full.
Love it. And you guys live in Vegas, correct?
Yep, we're in Vegas now. Do you know what what the competitive scene, I guess, is like out here for pickleball?
Pickle? You know what? Yeah, like, I know there's a batch of courts in Henderson. I know they play at the Plaza. I've played a couple tournaments at the Plaza there. Darlington Tennis Center is where I'm going to be hosting my camp that you're going to be coming to this October. And I'll be having a tournament there as well. But yeah, I mean, I know there's definitely pickleball taking place there in Vegas. If you want to check out some courts or some places to play, you can go to pickleplay.com or just check out the app. And that's a great app to kind of help you find players and find locations and all that. Oh yeah, bro. But okay, so tell me, how long have you been in Viva?
I'd say about 6 years also.
Okay.
Yeah, not long.
Okay. You live
kind of once I turned pro, I just bounced here.
Okay. You live out in Henderson, or do you live on the Strip, or?
Kind of far out. It's called Lone Mountain, about the opposite from Henderson.
Okay, got it.
Pretty quiet place, right by the mountains.
Yep. Love it, bro. So take me. So I know you broke your hand in your last fight. You're off for 6 or 8 weeks right now. But when you're back training and you're healthy, tell me what like a typical week looks like eating wise, nutrition, training, all that stuff.
Yeah, no doubt. I'll kind of take you through my fight camp routine since it's the freshest.
Yeah, for sure.
Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I'll do my strength conditionings. And in camp, they'll vary. So Monday, I'm the freshest, so I'll do it at 9. Wednesday, I'm a little tired by then. I'll do it at, I like to sleep in, and it'll be at 11. And then Friday, I actually do it at 2 p.m. So it kind of gradually moves up in time.
Okay.
Actually, so I'm pretty lucky for my weight. I'm like on the smaller side, so I eat a breakfast burrito from here every day. The same breakfast burrito, turkey sausage, bacon, eggs. It's solid.
Love it.
Same breakfast burrito every day. Lunch is whatever they have on tap here. It's free, so I can't miss out on that.
Yeah.
So after the S&Cs, I have a pro practice with the team at Extreme Couture. That's Randy Couture's gym.
Love it.
At 3:30 every day. I'll do that. And then Thursdays, this shirt, you can barely see it, but it's our deep end fitness class. We just go and do pool workouts, expand the mind, expand the lungs.
Yeah.
And then Saturdays, we kind of wrap it up with what we call a Sicko Saturday. It's basically just a fight simulation, kind of what you might see in a fight, but ramped up to a 10. So it's a quick 15-minute, as long as the fight is. You're in, you're out, you're done for the day.
Sicko Saturday.
Yeah.
I love it. Dope. So it sounds like you eat pretty clean, though.
Yeah, for the most part. I'm not afraid to snack just because I feel like in my head, I always feel like this snack's not going to hurt my performance.
Yeah, right.
So
Never.
I snack a little bit, but I eat pretty clean through and through.
Yeah. And what weight class are you fighting at?
I fight at middleweight, so 185.
Okay.
I normally walk around about 200 pounds, so it's not the biggest cut.
Okay, so you're cutting about 15.
Yeah.
And tell me, like, let's talk about cutting weight and just like your normal fighter and how much weight they have to cut, you know, the progressions they have to go through. I mean, like on average, how much weight do most fighters have to cut? Like, are they usually 20 to 30 pounds over?
Sometimes. So I know guys that'll come into fight week at my walk around weight, that fight in the same weight class. So like guys will come into fight week at 200 pounds and then they'll have to cut that whole 15 when it comes the day of the cut.
That's crazy.
It is. It's insane. But it's only like for a short amount of time. It's probably like a couple hours because they'll do the time right.
Right.
And it's just a couple hours of feeling miserable and they're rehydrated right away. But for me, I'm 200 now, so by fight week, I'm maybe 194, 195, so it's barely 9 pounds, barely 10 pounds.
Which is
and it's
doable.
Easy. Scientifically, like, they have you water load, so throughout that week, you'll probably drink about 2 gallons a day, and then the day you're going to cut, you'll probably drink about a quarter of a gallon, so that way your body's mostly water. And when you work out, it's going to actually want to like push all that water out of you. Yep. So it just drains.
Interesting. And then like during fight week as well, are you eating lighter? I mean, are you eating at all?
Yeah, you're eating, but they kind of trick your body as well. So you're eating more meals, but it's less.
Yeah, right.
So I think I eat about 6 or 7 meals in fight week, but it's all a lot smaller.
Okay. Interesting. That's savage, man. I remember, when I was 12 and 14, traveling around with like our Washington State dual team and having to cut 10 or 12 pounds like the night before, putting on a sweatsuit, coach throwing me in a sauna. I'm like trying to get out of the sauna. I'm like hyperventilating in there. He's like holding the door down. I'm in there and just dying. It's savage, dude. I swear, man, like what was that? Go ahead. Go ahead. No, I think like if, just wrestlers in general and what you have to go through to cut weight and get there, man, like it takes a different mindset and it takes a select individual, easier said than done.
100%. I was just going to say it's still hard, but it's a little easier knowing that you have like a whole 24 hours after you weigh in.
Yeah, right.
Opposed to 2 hours.
No, it's true, man, for sure. Yeah, I mean, high school wrestling matches or college wrestling matches, like you're weighing in that day and then, wrestling that night. Yeah, it's very rough. Yeah, man, for sure. Okay, hey, tell me, what's one of the better locker room stories that you got?
Locker room stories. I know a pretty nasty one from Iowa.
Bring it.
It's chew related. I seen this kid, no joke, take chew. He was chewing.
He was chewing tobacco
before practice.
Yeah.
Just sitting in the locker with the chew, puts it between his toes, like for practice. Puts a sock on over his toes. Puts his foot in the wrestling shoe. The whole practice would dip it between his toes, and then goes from practice. I don't think he used the same one, but I seen him put like a chew in his mouth. I don't know if it was the same one he put, but I didn't see him go from the pouch or whatever.
That's too funny, man. Rotten. Get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here. Tell me, do you have beef with like any other fighters? Is there fighters that you come see train at the facility there in Vegas that like you aren't cool with? Do you have to deal with that stuff? Is everybody pretty cool like when they're at the facility training?
Really cool here.
Yeah.
It's a weird feeling. Like, I feel like fighters know what it's like to get beat up and to give a beating. So it's like, you don't want to have to be on either one of those if you don't have to, and if you're not getting paid for it.
Right, for sure. So I mean, guys aren't always flexing. It just seems like it's like the type of sport where like guys should always be flexing, but yeah, maybe not.
No, not at all. Weirdly, like, I don't know. Everyone here is so cool.
That's cool.
So friendly, so playful.
Yeah, for sure. It's funny, like judging by the media, like taking a look at like Sean O'Malley and like some of those guys, like it just seems like they're always trolling people or just throwing a bunch of nonsense out there, but like always trying to get their name out there through flexing and kind of being tough.
I mean, it's cool. Like, don't get me wrong. I think that kind of stuff's cool, and it makes those guys a lot of money, and I'm happy for those guys.
Right.
But at the same time, I couldn't do it just because my personality, like, it'd come off so fake and so phony. I would get exposed right away.
It's because you're too much of a gem, man, is why, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, for sure. I could totally see how that benefits other fighters and doesn't benefit some, Tell me what you do with sponsors, what you do with marketing. Do you have any businesses? It seems like, I'm not going to say the UFC doesn't pay their fighters, but it just seems like you're very like restricted. It doesn't seem like you can put logos on your shorts or on any of like the real estate that you're wearing. Kind of tell us what you go through and kind of how you do all that.
Right. So, honestly, I've never been a sponsor guy. I kind of came up in the scene quick, and in Hawaii, like, the sponsors only sponsored kind of the guys who had family fighting and grew up fighting generationally.
Right, of course.
And they kind of looked past me just because I was like the new guy. I didn't have a name behind myself. So I was like, screw it. I'm just going to kind of make my way through without any sponsors. And I kind of did that all the way through, and I only recently got a couple sponsors, and they're kind of big ones. I got a sponsor from Modelo and through Monster.
Oh, come on, baby. That a boy. Nice, man. That's huge.
That was through my my manager, Ali Abdelaziz. He's awesome. He's great with fighters. He's great with management, great with everything he does. And I'm just super grateful for that. But as far as the UFC goes, like, yeah, you can't put nothing. No logos, no nothing on your pants.
Right.
But you can for sure like have sponsors, shout people out on your stories, do as much marketing as you want.
Right.
And it's like it's not like they don't pay you for the Venom shorts, because I think that was my 5th fight, so I think I got paid $4,500 just for Venom. So I didn't do anything, and I got an extra $4,500 just for rocking Venom.
So Venom, who is the main clothing sponsor of UFC, pays its fighters for each fight. How does that work? Sorry.
It just works through how many fights you have.
Got it. Okay.
Venom's pretty good. So your first fight, I think you start off at like 3,000 or 3,500. So it's not bad at all.
Right. Okay. Badass. Okay. And then, if you don't mind me asking, you don't have to tell me everything, but like, I guess, how does your contract, or how are things worked out with like Modelo and Monster? I mean, with you not being able to wear their logos, on your clothing, do you just blast them out on your social media page? Do you have a YouTube channel that you market them, or?
So Monster's a little different. I'm not sure how their deal works, but they're able to, put logos on the fight shorts. I had a Monster logo on my fight shorts.
Got it. Okay.
So that's kind of how that works.
Yeah.
But for Modelo, we kind of do some stuff outside. We actually did some pictures
cool.
right before my fight, and they put it up in some stores in Hawaii and some stores here in Vegas.
Yeah.
But they'll just do like a Modelo tower with cases, and they'll have a little poster with me. And,
sweet.
I might have to do like a meet and greet. I signed some stuff contractually that I have to do, but it's really not hard at all.
Cool. Yeah. No, anytime I'm looking at sponsors as well, I have anywhere from like 8 to 10 right now. And anytime I'm looking at sponsors, I usually try to go with sponsors that have less strings attached. There's, I don't have to market a shit ton, and there's not all this added variables and stuff. But
I'm a guy who loves his freedom. So like,
yeah, right. Of course.
Like that extra baggage.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Don't stress out.
No strings attached, please.
Yeah.
Love it, bro. Yeah, dude. I just got sponsored by Skechers. I actually made. I'm gonna show you real quick.
I saw those.
Yeah, bro. Made my own shoe with Skechers. Got my logo and stuff on there. But yeah, so I'm full head to toe with Skechers. And then paddle. Then I have my own paddle with Selkirk. And actually, Selkirk's a company based in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, where I'm from.
Okay.
Nice.
So
yeah. Then I have a health and wellness sponsor. You know what Beamer therapy is? You ever used a Beamer?
Beamer. Could you explain it?
Well, it's a medical device that you lay on, helps with like recovery, helps push out lactic acid, inflammation, all that good stuff. Anyhow, so I'm like the brand ambassador for Beamer, and have a couple other sponsors, but yeah, man, sponsors are huge. And sure. Like in my sport and yours, if you're not at the top, I mean, it's obviously, it's very top heavy. So if you're not at the top, then you kind of definitely need to pull from some sponsors and see if you can pull down any extra revenue. So, hey, did you say that you had a YouTube channel?
I mean, like in 8th grade or like even younger channel, but like,
yeah.
I really haven't used it. I haven't been on in a long time.
Yeah.
But not really, yeah.
Seems like a lot of fighters are going the route of doing vlogs and, posting content on YouTube.
Man, but it's hard.
No, for sure. I'm in the same boat.
With that.
It's very hard to be consistent. I mean, I have a content creator, I have a videographer, I have a camp administrator, I have my agent. I mean, it just goes on and on. But yeah, trying to be extra consistent and like reuse content, show your viewers different looks and all that, easier said than done.
Yeah. Also, I'm a little afraid. Like, I see some fighters that like start to make a name for themselves, and I feel like they get a little more into that content side.
Yep.
And their performance starts to like fade a little. So.
Of course, man. Pick your battles. Yeah, no, it's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Tell me about some of the ink that you got going on, bro.
Got a little tattoo here. I got this in like 10th grade. Me, my dad, and my brother have the same tattoo. Okay. And then the same guy that did this actually did this piece on my leg here. Goes all the way down to my foot.
Dope. Dude,
all the way up here, got the wrestling symbol.
Yeah.
Some wordage,
Dude, I feel like Hawaiians like start getting tatted in like 7th grade. Is that accurate?
Oh, dude, that's great.
They start early, baby.
Yeah. Dude, I knew this one family. I think in 5th or 6th grade, he got his first tattoo. It was like a small symbol like on his belly button. And I was like, that's hard.
That's funny. That's hard.
It was like their family symbol.
That's cool. Yeah. That's hard. What do you got going on the rest of the day, bro?
Pick up some free lunch and then hanging out with the dogs, and if I can get some games in, I'll play, but if not, just enjoying the weather, enjoying the sun, hanging out.
Love it, man. Love it. How freaking hot is it in Vegas right now?
It's pretty brutal. Funny, it's a week. I fought the 16th, and the week I went for my fight, that whole week was high triple digits, like 110 and up, and I missed the whole week.
That's funny.
So, yeah, it's actually been pretty nice, like right under 100 this week, so it's hot, but nothing you can't handle.
Yeah, for sure. So tell me, do you drink, smoke, you go to clubs or any of that, or you just solely focused on fighting, girlfriend, dogs?
I used to be a pretty crazy drinker. In the Midwest, you party hard.
Yeah.
Especially with wrestling, I feel like wrestlers party hard.
Oh yeah, for sure, man.
Shoot, I remember every weekend starting out, like I was, everyone's a broke college kid. I was too. But I remember starting every weekend, $10 gets you 2 40s. And I was
been there, done it, baby. Get your 40s and get active.
Yeah, 2 40s and you're good for the night. But I rarely drink now. I mostly just smoke out here.
Yeah, for sure.
Like you don't get hangovers. You can smoke and go right to a workout.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But I try to keep it professional at the same time. Like if I'm in fight camp, I won't smoke until like I'm done with all my activities or whatever I have planned for the day.
Yeah.
Then once I'm free, I'm like, all right, free game.
Game time. Game time, bro. You know, if you had a favorite fighter in the UFC, who would it be and why?
I would say my buddy Dan Ige. He's the guy that got me into the UFC.
Dude's a savage.
We actually went to high school together.
Cool.
So it's funny. I got him into wrestling. Like, I started wrestling first. I was like, you got to come through. It's really fun, yada, yada. And after that, I've kind of been following him everywhere. He was like, you got to come to Wartburg. I went to Wartburg. He's like, you got to start training. I started training. You got to move to Vegas. I moved to Vegas.
That's cool.
So, yeah, I would say he's my favorite fighter. Just the way he puts it out there every time he goes out there. And he's just a professional in his everyday life, everything he does. And I kind of look up to that as a guy that kind of puts fun more than everything else.
Yeah, for sure, man. No, Dan's tough as nails. Who did Dan fight in his last bout?
He came up short against, I can't think of his name, but some crazy Russian dude that's with the tough name, so you know he's a tough opponent.
Yeah, right, exactly. That's too funny. Did you watch the fights this last Saturday?
I did, yeah. It was good. You know, I had to stream it as well. Money, I know I just got a bonus, but money's still tight.
Money's still tight. Come on, pay this man. Pay this man.
But no, it was good fights. It was good fights.
That's funny. That should be like, if you're a fighter in the UFC, you should be able to stream the pay-per-views for free, right? I mean, that's
my mindset.
That should just come with the contract. Free streams, free breakfast, free lunch.
Straight up.
Oh, love it, bro. Dude, there's only one lion in this jungle. There's only one lion here, baby. Nunez was a savage. I mean, she looked good, dude. And how freaking tough is Pena?
Oh,
dude, so durable.
The cut after, so nasty.
Brutal, dude.
No, props to both of them.
Yeah, it was a dog fight.
It was a great fight. Great heart to come back after a loss like that. I knew it had to be hard, but
for sure.
Shows what kind of champ she is.
Shows what kind of champ she is. And then Carl France and Brandon. Carl France looked good in round 3 and was piecing him up, dropped the elbow, and then God, that kick was just, I mean, precision, man.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, if you don't mind, tell the viewers like about that kick. Like, when you kick somebody in the ribs like that, doesn't it just shut everything down?
So it's weird. It's not so much the ribs. I guess it's the liver. Thank God, knock on wood, I've been kicked to the ribs so bad that I've had like a extra like butt cheek on my rib that it got so swollen that legit there's another butt cheek on the rib. But I've never had that shut off feeling.
Got it.
But I think it's more of a perfect placement to where like it's basically just like flicking that liver. If you can just flick that liver, I guess it just shuts guys off. Like you saw Kai.
It was crazy.
So tough.
He just went down. Right. And then didn't even like try to defend like when he went down. It was like he lost his wind.
I don't think you can. The only thing you can really do is just like seize up. Really.
Curl up. Yeah, it was crazy, man. But no, I mean he looked good.
Mm-hmm. It kind of sucks because I really like both those guys. I actually fought on the same card that they both fought on the first time. So their first
sweet.
Fight.
Okay.
And I kind of got to meet them both. And from then on, as the years went on, I would fight on same cards with them and, you know, chit chat and
that's
talk to them. And I like them both a lot, so it's just hard for them to.
Yeah, no, for sure. Brandon's a dog, dude. I mean, the guy's a straight dog. So freaking tough. Just, I swear, man, every Hispanic that's in combat sports, like, there's something in their blood. Mm-hmm. They're just dogs at heart, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it.
Yeah, man.
And like, I'm Filipino, and like, I guess like Spaniards at one point in history kind of came and like took over. Like, you know, there's a lot of Hispanics and Filipinos that kind of share the same blood, so I kind of feel like
love it.
Hopefully, some of that blood's in me.
Yeah, that's right, baby. You know it is. That's dope. And then the Derek Lewis fought that big tall white guy. Yeah, it was.
Yeah, Russian dude.
Too bad they called it that early because I don't think Derek was actually
in Texas too.
I know. In his last 2 fights in Texas, he's lost. I know, right?
Yeah.
Big old D Lewis. Guy's a beast, man.
How can you not like that guy?
I know. How do you not like him? I think the best post-match interview was when Joe Rogan asked him why he took his pants off, and he said, because my balls are hot.
And it was so natural.
It was so natural.
Write that down. He didn't think about that. That was so natural.
Because my balls are hot. Oh man, that was brilliant, dude. Well, hey, bro. Appreciate you coming on, and
Yes, sir.
wish you the best of luck in everything that you do, and keep on being a savage, man. I have a camp coming up in October. Would love to have you in my camp. Make sure to send me your address too, so I can.
For sure, no doubt about it.
So I can send you a bunch of gear.
Away.
So,
Yeah.
Thanks again, bro.
For sure, man. I appreciate you having me on. It was dope. It was good to meet you, and yeah, it was awesome.
All right, man. Take care, G.